Hey guys, today for dinner I am making leg of lamb, Hasselback, sweet potatoes, and green beans. I'm gonna go live a little bit later after the lamb has had some time to cook. I don't want to keep you guys on for hours, but I'm gonna show you how I season my lamb up right now. A lot of people are intimidated by lamb, but really there's no reason to be intimidated. It cooks a lot faster than you would think. This is the lamb we're going to be using. This is a whole leg of lamb. It is deboned and ready for seasoning. So in the lamb, I'm going to be using rosemary, fresh thyme, and garlic, Dijon mustard, and lemons. So in my pilon or my mortar and pestle, I have about a tablespoon of rosemary and thyme. Fresh rosemary comes like this. By all means, you guys can use dried if you'd like. I'm just a big fan of fresh ingredients, but that's just my preference. It doesn't necessarily mean that dry is bad, right? So this is what the rosemary will look like. And what you're gonna wanna do is just pull back on the opposite side of the way it grows. And that's how you wanna get that off of the stem, okay? And then with the thyme, same idea. This is what the thyme looks like. And you just wanna hold it at the top and pull down. Oh, gentle. Pull down, and then you'll just get the leaves of the thyme. Throw that in my pilon. And then I'm gonna take about 7 cloves of garlic. 6-7 cloves of garlic, okay, and we're just gonna mash it all up. Rosemary is it's a very woody herb. It's a very coarse texture, so you really want to make sure that you're gonna mash it up really good. Or if you're using a knife, just make sure you're chopping it up very fine. So when I am using my mortar and pestle, I like to put a little bit of salt in here because that helps the process of getting everything, what do I want to say, mashed up better. It's like an abrasive, so you will mash it faster. If you don't have a pilon and you don't have, good knife skills, you could always throw this in the food processor. That would work just as well. But I don't always like cleaning my food processor, so this it is. Okay, so this is a good paste. This on the outside, that is what you want to get it to. So remember, this is what the rosemary, this is about the size of the rosemary before, and you just want to make sure you get it ground really well, just like that, okay? Then what we're going to do is clean this off. Now, I already put salt in here, so salt and pepper and our Dijon mustard is going to go in here. Don't make a mess. Again, about a tablespoon, right? So, and I'm going to use probably the juice of 1 lemon. Lemons have seeds. If you don't have a seed catcher, you're going to want to use your hand and catch all the seeds in the palm of your hand. Just like that. All right. That's stirred up. Then we're gonna go for black pepper. I will, after I get this rubbed onto the meat, I'm also probably going to season the outside with salt and pepper as well. And the inside. Remember, the bone is removed on this, so there's a cavity in there. I'm going to season it all up. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like. You see all that? Okay, so if you don't like touching raw meat, you're gonna wanna wear gloves at this point. I don't mind it. Make sure your hands are clean and get to work. So like I said, it's gonna be on top. And then there's this cavity here that I'm also going to fill. So the top, we'll worry about the center in a minute. You're You're gonna want to rub this all around the outside, okay? You're going to want to flip it over. This is going to be, this is the fat side. We're going to cook this side up, but you want to season all sides of this. Okay. Put that in there. And then, like I said, do not forget to the inside. Okay, at this point, I'm going to wash my hands. Like I said, I'm also going to season the outside of this with salt and pepper. All right, our lamb is all seasoned up. We're going to get this in the oven. My oven's set to 350, preheated at 350. And I'm going to cook it for about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes to get my lamb medium. I like it medium, okay? Then after it cooks for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, we're also gonna take it out and it has to rest for another 20. You never wanna cut right into a piece of meat. You always wanna give it time to rest so all those juices can flow back through the steak and lamb. You always want to make sure that all the juices are going back into the meat. That way it leaves you with a tender piece of meat, a juicy piece of meat, and that is what you want. Now back to these potatoes, okay? So sweet potatoes. I got petite sweet potatoes because my kids aren't gonna eat a huge sweet potato, but if you would like bigger sweet potatoes, by all means get the size that you would like. So this is what it looks like. There is a whole bunch of tiny little slices, but it only goes down 3/4 of the way, so the potato is still intact, okay? So how I do that, there was a little end on here that I didn't like the way it looks, so I cut it off. All right, but like I said, so 3/4 of the way through, we're going to cut through this. A very sharp knife helps, okay? But 3/4 of the way, just like that. Like I said, very small slices until you complete your potato. And then what you're gonna do is we're gonna throw this in the oven as well. This is going to bake at 350. Almost forgot to show you guys what to do with the potato. So after you get them all sliced up, remember, like that. All right, we're gonna sprinkle some olive oil on top of here, salt, pepper. Afterwards, we're gonna top them with some butter and brown sugar. A little bit of cinnamon if you want to, but yeah, so olive oil. All right, and just salt and pepper.